All right, Sabrina, while Dawn and Brian are working on your 2 DIY tablescapes, I have your next surprise.
You've been invited to uncover your bridal style with chair covers and linens. That is so awesome. I really need that.
I told you we were going to give you some good ideas today.
I can't wait.
That's right, coming up on Get Married. When it comes to coordinating the details, we've got Sabrina covered with chair covers and linens perfect for her vintage style. We'll check back in with Dawn and Brian to see how the Do-It-Yourself Challenge is coming together with Sabrina's fiance, Peter.
I think it's simple yet effective. I think that Sabrina would love that.
Was bringing in extra muscle a do or a huge don't? But first, Sabrina may get down and dirty in the park, but it's important to put your best face forward on your wedding day. We're answering your beauty questions straight from the GetMarried.com wedding chat pages. Next.
What should I look for in a photographer?
Okay, preparation H, the non-smelling kind. We dab some underneath the eyes and it actually takes away that puffiness instantly.
You need to look like you at your wedding. So if you've been a brunette your whole life, don't go blonde 2 weeks before your wedding. You want to feel like you look like yourself.
Sabrina and I are off to uncover some advice on chair covers and linens for her wedding. While we do that, let's check back in with Brian and Dawn to see what they've concocted for the Do-It-Yourself Challenge. Brian and Dawn arrived at Cater Wolford Gardens and started setting up their tables for the DIY Challenge.
My inspiration today for my table was really just visual elegance. I really wanted to make sure I incorporated all of the elements of the outdoors and the vintage bride.
My strategy was to give the couple something that was going to be simply fabulous, but for a DIY, I didn't want it to look like they did it at home.
So now the question is Peter ready for the challenge?
I'm looking forward to working with both of the designers. I'm sure they'll both have good styles, different styles, and all that fun stuff.
First stop, Dawn. She had Peter put together customized place cards with a purpose, designed to help guests find their seats.
I have got a great project for you today. You get your seating chart, you get your names, and we print them off just like this. It's a shade.
For Dawn, I helped put together some place cards. Very easy.
Now you got to trim out all that black.
Oh, we got to trim the black.
Okay, all we're going to do is take this, and we're going to fold it like that. We'll tape it, and it sits right on the champagne glass.
Alrighty.
Next, Dawn had Peter turn glass vases into a focal point of the table by making them simple yet personal.
I chose to do the rocks because in looking at Sabrina's inspiration board, she had so many outdoor elements. So you pour water, you'll probably only have enough for that one.
We're going all the way over the top?
Yes, because we're going to add a floating candle.
I enjoyed working with Dawn. She incorporated a lot from our wedding venue into the ideas of the place setting. I think it's simple yet effective. I think that Sabrina would love that.
So you're saying mine is the best?
It is great.
I certainly hope she chooses my table because I'm sure it is the prettiest.
Then it was on to Brian, whose table was blooming with floral centerpieces that looked anything but DIY. So how did he do it? And can Peter really make these?
Welcome to my tablescape. I think walking up to the table, what he saw was something that was really special and spectacular. And then once we broke it down and showed him how simple it was, I think that was the biggest surprise for him. The structures that actually are holding the flowers, you can find this at any one of the favorite home craft stores. It comes in a block like this. Measure it 8 inches, cut 2 of them, stick them together with some little pins. This is a dianthus. Pop off the top of the head, stick a toothpick in it, stick it in.
Seems pretty easy.
How easy is that?
Pretty easy.
Okay, you've got the rest to do.
Alrighty.
Peter was awesome. Very rarely do you get a groom that is that hands-on. You couldn't want more than that.
Even the blingy table number is DIY. Brian showed Peter how to create it himself.
It's really fun and easy. Foam core, something that I know Sabrina's familiar with as a graphics person. And all I did was I went on the internet, I printed off a template of a number, I got a little bit of fake bling that looks amazing, no one can tell, and glued it onto it, and we were done.
Alrighty. Working with Brian was great. He put a lot of the colors that we wanted to put into our wedding.
I think it's a really hard choice today, but I think that the couple will have 2 great choices at the end of the day.
I'm definitely looking forward to Sabrina seeing the tables and then hopefully have a little surprise that I'm here as well. You know, I enjoy helping, so it's going to be kind of nice that we're doing it together.
Peter is doing an amazing job with the do-it-yourself centerpieces. While he finishes getting everything together with Brian and Dawn, Sabrina and I met up with Greg Snow of Creative Details at the appropriately named Chair Covers and Linens.
How are you?
So good. Thank you for having us.
She doesn't know anything about chair covers or linens, so we're here
Wow.
today to show her the ropes.
Very good. All right, we've got lots to show you, and I know your colors, so we'll go back and give you some ideas of things you can put together.
Greg picked his way through the linens and created 3 unique looks for Sabrina's garden wedding.
Walking into the room with all the linens and tables, I was really excited because it's not every day that you get to see that many choices.
It was a lot more fun starting with a bride like Sabrina that had knowledge of what she liked, but didn't know anything about the actual process of linens and chair covers or how they played an important role.
The first table is a play on a pattern.
All right, Greg, table number 1. It's beautiful. Lots of different options here. What do we have?
Well, taking your color scheme, I wanted to give you another option. This is a black and white damask they call stiletto. The cool thing about this is you can make both your colors an accent color. So you could tie that in with this hot pink satin napkin.
I never even thought about doing other colors other than gray and pink, but I like the accents of it. I think that it's too much pattern for me, but it's really pretty.
I've shown you a Chiavari chair, which I know that you like, so it's in your idea board. And the great thing with this, again, you don't have to do an embellishment, so very simple. This is just something that's woven through the rungs. So if you don't do all of that extra embellishment, you have a very clean line look.
I love the Chiavari chairs. I really like that you have multiple options.
Table number 2 features a layered look.
You seem to like the idea of maybe some texture with the overlay with a sheer. We chose this for you because you are going to be in a garden and you are going to be in a tent. So I think it's nice to kind of play off that idea.
It's interesting how much the color changes when it gets laid over it, but I do like it seems really airy and goes with the garden feel.
The more we talked about color and texture, the more it revealed that she really likes texture, but in a really subtle way.
I think we found the silver lining with table number 3.
All right, Greg, I think this one actually fits Sabrina's style the best.
What we did here is we used this flocked velvet damask linen, so you feel it has this great texture. The great thing is too, and I know you like this idea of the napkin hanging off, this is a really good option because again, it gives you that touch of color as you walk up.
I love it. It's very pretty.
So did we cover what Sabrina was hoping to learn about chairs and linens?
Greg did an amazing job of listening to what I liked and what I didn't like and gave me a perspective of what it's going to look like on the day of.
She knew nothing coming into this, and I think she walked out with great information, great ideas, great inspiration.
I feel confident her and Peter will be able to have a look that they both really love.
Coming up on Get Married, not only will Sabrina get to choose between Dawn and Brian's do-it-yourself centerpieces, but she's also in for an added surprise. You won't want to miss the big reveal. Earlier, we challenged designers Dawn Cowart and Brian Green to create DIY centerpieces for our artistic and vintage-style bride, Sabrina. Then, we threw in an extra challenge by adding Sabrina's fiancé, Peter, into the mix. It's out of their hands. Which table will Sabrina choose?
Sabrina, we're going to take a look at our first table that we did for you today. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, get ready and open your eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful, right?
That is awesome. It's so pretty.
Sabrina, I'd like you to meet Dawn. So what's your first reaction?
I love it. I think it's really, really great. I love the willow and the spark and the bling and the sun. It's very pretty. My first reaction with Dawn was that I could see walking into our tent and that being one of the tables.
There's a lot of DIY going on here. This is a great project. These are actually going to serve as your place cards. We just cut it out, put it on top of our champagne glass. Very easy. Anybody can do it.
And she did incorporate your logo.
Love the
Did you
logo.
notice that?
Yes.
Now let's talk about the rocks and the floating candles.
On Sabrina's inspiration board, she had rocks. The Margate Bay, I believe it was, where you became engaged. I just incorporated that into the vase. It's easy, it's simple, it adds color. So we just filled it with water and then put your flowers in.
I really liked how she tied in our logo. Love that she did the little details and with the rocks and our engagement and the thoughtfulness that went behind it.
Table number 2 by Brian. Are you ready to see it?
Yes.
All right, open your eyes.
Oh, wow. This is beautiful.
Sabrina, I'd like you to meet the lovely Brian who created this table for you.
Nice to meet you.
My first reaction of Brian's table was breathtaking.
So talk to us about the centerpiece square here.
We did the square, and believe it or not, DIY inspired. Foam core, cut into 3 pieces, stuck together. Just cut the
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
on a toothpick, and you're done.
That is easy.
Wow.
And you're done.
I definitely think that we could do the boxes of flowers ourselves. And never in a million years would have pictured putting toothpicks in a box and it come out looking that pretty.
I want to show you a little surprise we did.
Oh,
Take
my.
the centerpiece and actually make it your table number. And that is such an easy DIY, you would be surprised. Something you're familiar with as a graphic person, foam core. Literally, all I did was I printed a template off of the internet.
Uh-huh.
And this comes from any of your favorite craft stores.
Uh-huh.
Glue it.
It looks so glamorous.
I do think both tables matched her personality, and the really important piece was that they're attainable DIY projects that anybody can really do. We do have one more surprise for you today, though. Peter, come on in.
Hi!
Hey.
Peter actually helped both Dawn and Brian with some DIY stuff today.
You helped?
I tried. I helped.
Surprise.
I couldn't believe that Peter was here. And I love the fact that he's taken apart and everything, and then it's going to be his day too.
I started off by taking the paper with our signature on there right there, and we made lampshade place cards. For everybody.
Nice.
Also, we did the candles with the rocks that ties into all of our engagement stuff. And
Yes.
Peter, on this table, tell us what you helped out with.
I put the big flower boxes together, made them nice and pretty. And then on the front with the table settings, we used a small foam board, and then we put some of that bling.
He used the word pretty, he used the word bling, and I think he said something about light reflecting, so.
That's a
I've been
good
helping
catch.
a little. I've been helping a little too much with it.
It's a really, really hard decision, and I would be so blessed to have both of the tables at our wedding. But if I had to choose one for the day, I guess it would have to be Brian's. I just love everything. I think it's very well tied in and subtle, but yet so fabulous.
With Get Married's help, I think Sabrina now has an image in her mind of what her reception will look like on her big day.
It's been such a great experience. I feel like I can leave